Uh, all right. Test, test, test. What's going on, y'all? Let me know how we sounded. I was having some technical difficulties. Hopefully, we're good for the stream. But yeah, I'm having slight technical difficulties. But we got a few setups we're looking for right now, y'all. We're gonna be looking for gold buys. We're gonna be looking at potential GJ buys right now. We could also see potential GU buys, but as of right now, we're gonna be paying attention to gold right here. We've been checking out this level for the past 30, going on 45 minutes. If we can maintain 44.76 as support, we're gonna be looking for buys going to 4,500. About to see how this next 15 pops up, y'all. Make sure to like the lives. Y'all hop up in here, subscribe if you ain't subscribed already. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today at the beginning of New York session. So make sure to be on the lookout for that. I'm trying this up a little bit. Yeah, I'm tweaking the settings. Like I said, I had some slight technical difficulties, but we should be good for right now. Let me know if the audio and the music sounds good to y'all. As I say that, the music is bugging out. We're gonna see if this stream's gonna be good though. Look at the thing's trying to take off. We got a new 15 about to pop up in a little bit. We're looking at possible GU and gold buys right now. Gold's already doing the move we was looking for. We're going to see if it's going to retrace a little bit, but obviously I'm not going to call this signal because it's already past our entry point. But this was exactly what we was looking for right here. And if y'all did not watch the Sunday chart analysis yet, make sure to watch the Sunday chart analysis again because I dropped this a few hours ago. Nothing's really changed too much from this, but like I always say, the Sunday chart analysis goes over not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but what we see price doing throughout the entire week. If y'all checked out last week's Sunday chart analysis, again, YM and US30 was a red candlestick at the beginning of Sunday last week. But how did YM play out the end of the week? Ended up making new all-time highs, right? So make sure to check that out. We're going to see if it's going to take off from here or not, because if it does take off, we're just going to look for buys at the next entry point. But it's already hit a couple TPs I had typed up for the setup. But we got a new 15 that just popped up. We're going to be looking for GJ buys as well. If GJ can break above and maintain 210.75 as support, we can look for buys going to 211.10. So let's see if GJ can break back above. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. But y'all already know the drill. We're just chilling, patiently waiting. Let's see how GJ reacts right here. Let's see if gold can. Let's see how this plays out right here. So gold took off. So with gold, we're either gonna look for price to retrace or enter at the next price point of 4,500. But at least we know that it's going as projected. Ain't nothing we can really do about that. Played out right off the London session open candlestick, as you can see. And like I said, I was having technical difficulty. I was even on TradingView. Like, it was like everything. I had to do everything this morning. I don't know what was going on today. I had to double verify my YouTube and Gmail. I had to fix my StreamYard settings, but we're here now though. Again, we're going to look at the COG that can maintain this level of support here at 210.75. And then we can also look at GU buys. GU did a nice retest here. We could have went for a buy here, but again, I like to go for mainly A plus setups. This isn't an invalid setup here, but we'd have a higher likelihood of a price push and making a bigger move if we can also maintain 3,500 as support. So that's why we're going to look for buys here at 3,500. If we go 3,500 as support, we're going to look for buys going to 3,525. That is the game plan right now. But let's see if GJ can hold this level right here. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker_away, TikTok _playmakerway_. Post daily on both pages. We got gold retracing slightly as well. So again, we're mainly paying attention to GJ and gold right now. We still got alerts on GU and US30 and YM. But obviously we're going to pay attention to the charts that have the highest setups right now. Highest probability setups are also closest to our confirmations being met. So we're looking to see if GJ can retest this level going into the next 15. And we're looking to see if gold can maintain this level of support right here as well. Again, there's no news today, so it's just gonna be a typical Monday. Besides, you know, all the holidays and shit we got going into the week. But just like any Monday and Tuesday, we're gonna treat it like any other day of the week, just simply waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. New 15 about to pop up in a few minutes. Alright, let's see if we can hold this level and going into this next 15 right here. If y'all got any questions, drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat, and I got y'all. Alright, new 15. Let's see if we can hold this level right here. Goals doing a retest. Again, we're going to be looking to see if we can maintain 476 of support. And then we're looking for GJ to maintain 210.75 of support right here. Let's see if we can hold this. What price level would you be looking for? I'm not looking for sales on GJ today. I only go for sales if we're in a downtrend. If we're not in a downtrend, I don't go for sales. I only go for sales in downtrend, only go for buys in uptrend. I do not counter trend trade or go for reversals.
When a child is in the hospital, family does whatever.
There goes the ads. I was like, the ads should be popping up soon. But yeah, I've been watching any of my trade breakdowns. Make sure to check out my trade breakdowns. I break down literally every trade we take from start to finish. Got a new trade breakdown dropping for y'all later on today at the beginning of New York session. Make sure to be on the lookout for that. But again, trading is about going for high probability, high quality setups. Right, so if we're in the uptrend, what will be the high probability, high quality setup? It'll be buys, right? Gonna look to see if we can maintain this level of support. Looks like it is. It looks like it is right here. Well, gold rejected, so guess what? We're not taking that setup. That's simple. Again, this is a perfect example why you don't FOMO, try to rush into the trade. If you don't hit your retest, wait for price to retest, because more times than not, the price will retest. But also, there's also why you want to wait to see if price can hold a level. This is why I don't just break out trade or just take a trade just because price hits one of my levels. So we're going to still look for buys as far as today goes with gold. But the way it's been retracing today could also be a retracement day, because again, last week it did end up doing some big ass moves. It did do a nice retest at 2 a.m. off this level here. So as long as we can maintain 4470 as support or 4500 support, we're still gonna look for buys. If it breaks past 4450, 4448, then I'm probably gonna leave gold alone for the day, to be honest. GJ's still chilling right here, so we're gonna see what this next 5 minute looks like. Again, if GJ can hold 210.75 as support, we can look for buys going to 211.10.
True Religion has got the goodies this year, just like global R&B singer. Holidays with new sexy sweat sets, stitches that speak.
There we go. New 15 about to pop up. So gold ended up rejecting that level. US30 and GU still kind of chilling. So about to see what GJ looks like going to this next 15. Again, the important part about trading is, again, you want to have your game plan, but just because price hits a level doesn't mean it's going to do the move you're looking for. This is why you always hear during the live stream, say we're chilling, patiently waiting. You hear me say, let's see if we can hold. Again, every word I say is very important. It's not just breaking a level, it's not just touching a level. You want to see if it can hold a level, because just because price can break a level doesn't mean it's ready to hold a level, right? That's why every trade we take, you always see we enter buys off support levels, sells off resistance. I can't really find a sell example because obviously, you know, we've been bullish on everything, at least the stuff we've been trading. But it's also the last week of the year, and it's London session on Monday. Let's go back to GJ though. So GJ is holding this level as support right here. Gold ended up rejecting, so we're just gonna let gold do its thing. I will bring this alert down here just cause actually I don't really, if gold does go back further, I'm not gonna touch it. Then we got GU consolidating as well. Alright, looks like GJ's trying to hold this level. Yeah, I like this right here. There we go. So we'll let GJ do his thing. Looks like GU's trying to wake up as well. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram, playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway_. Post daily on both pages. So depending on how price plays out, it could flip back green. If it flips back above, where we're looking for buys at 3,500, this could flip from a red candlestick on the daily back to a green candlestick, giving us a initial higher high getting made today and tomorrow. Again, if y'all did not watch the Sunday chart analysis, make sure to hit that first link in description. Join the free signal, free Telegram, and watch the Sunday chart analysis. That way you can understand what we're looking for going into the week. But again, we're only going to be trading today and tomorrow due to the holidays. Nothing we can really do about that. Friday, I'm probably not going to trade Friday, but next week we'll be back to normal. All right, this is literally just like the only 2 weeks where it's like back to back, just nothing we can really do about that. But next week we'll be back to regularly scheduled program, and we're going into the new year 2026. So I'm going to be posting the recap on Wednesday, how we ended December, but we can do a quick review of how we did so far this month and quarter in a little bit. Let me see. I'm liking how GJ is looking right here. GU's got a little bit of work to do. And GU's trying to push up as well. So as far as how we did last week, we only took trades Monday and Tuesday. Went 2-0 last week. As far as how we did the week before that, I believe we went, what, 7-2? Yeah, we went 7-2 the week before that, giving 78% win rate. Then we went 5-3 the week before that. And then, so we only lost 5 trades this month, but we went 8-0 the week before that, and then 7-0 the week before that. So I have to tally all that stuff up. But as far as how we ended, November, we went 27-3, giving us a 90% win rate. And then we went 30-4. October giving us 88% win rate. So that's how we're doing so far, quarter 4. Of course, as far as how we did quarter 3, you go to October 3rd. You can see how we ended quarter 3, 56-7, giving us 89% win rate. Quarter 2, we had a 90% win rate, 52-6. And then we had a 90% win rate, quarter 1, 44-5. So we've been absolutely killing it this year, just picking up where you left off last year. But we're going to see if we can catch a nice setup today and tomorrow to wrap the year up. I'm not going to force any setups, but if I see a setup, I am going to take it. I do like this GJ setup, but what we're looking for right now is just simply volume. That's what we're kind of lacking. It's just falling right now, and then price has been kind of retracing all night. So we're going to see what happens between now and then going into pre-New York. But we got a new 5-minute about to pop up. And GG's got a little, whoops, that's the wrong time frame. Yeah, so gold rejected, so we're just gonna let gold do its thing. GJ, I'm pushing now. We're about to hit TP1 on GJ right here. There we go. Again, y'all, is this simple? Just patience and process of elimination. That's literally all it is. You know what your game plan is, you know what your bias is, and then from that point, you're just waiting to see if price can hold your levels and is ready to do the move you're looking for. So we just hit TP1 on GJ. We're about to see if we can push this level of traffic, hit TP2. Let me mark off where TP2 is at so y'all can see what we're looking at behind the scenes. I'll mark off where TP2 is at. We still got a little bit of work to do though. It was like GU was pushing. So those are the Forex pairs about to try to do something for us. GU, we're going to be looking for buys as well. If GU can maintain 3,500 as support, you can look for buys going back up to the highs at 3,525. And again, if y'all was in the live stream earlier, I said we could look for buys here. So if y'all went for buys here, y'all could be up. But I'm personally going to look for buys here. And then gold ended up rejecting, so we're just going to let gold do its thing. But this is also why I like to trade both indices, futures, and Forex. Because if we look at last week, Forex pairs were dead last week. Forex pairs didn't really do too much last week. But the futures and indices had nice moves last week. And I think it was like that 2 weeks ago as well. So if you understand how the charts work, your strategy will work on anything and everything. That's how I'm able to switch and trade whatever I want to trade, right? Because from this point, all you're really looking for is A+ setups, charts that have clean market structure, and showing you setups you can take, right? That's all you're looking for at this point. But yeah, GJ's pushing nice. So we're going to see if we get TP2 on this thing right here. Make sure to like the live, y'all, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We just hit 4,400 subscribers. Let's get to 4,500, y'all. We're up some right now, but we got a little bit of work to do still. Yeah, I'm probably gonna leave the futures and indices alone till New York session. New 5-minute about to pop up. Let's see how 4 o'clock plays out. Man, I just got wicked the fuck out of GJ. Let me see if I can re-enter this. I just got wicked out of this. The Chargers are playing pinball right now. It didn't hit our SL, but I'm gonna be looking for a re-entry on this. The Chargers are playing pinball right now. Like I said, a lot of these charts are retracing hard. Could work out with US30 though. So I'm gonna look for a re-entry on this. It didn't hit our SL, but I did get wicked out of this. About to see if we could push back up going into 4 o'clock. But this is why I say I want to look for buys on GU here, because for the uptrend to continue and for us to see a new higher high, we're going to need to hold 2,500 as support. Alright, if we don't hold that level of support, we're going to struggle to break through this level of traffic and give us a new higher high, right? So we look at last week, Monday, Tuesday, we had that big push. After price did that big push on Tuesday, the rest of the week price just chilled right here. And then we rejected that level. Again, this is also why I do not breakout trade. People ask me all the time, why do I not breakout trade? Exhibit A, Exhibit B. Alright? This is why you want to wait for the break and retest. Obviously, with a retest, things like that could still happen, but you got to think about percentages. How many times does it happen more when you break out trade versus waiting for a break and retest? You get wicked out a lot more, and you see rejections like this happen a lot more when you don't wait for that retest. Alright, look, broke out, rejected, broke out, rejected. Broke, didn't hold off the retest. You see what I mean? Broke would have got rejected, right? Broke, retest, push, broke, retest, push, maintain the support, pushed up. I might jump back into the GJ if we can hold that level back of support. I might jump back in this going into the next hour. We're going to be on for a little bit longer, y'all. If y'all got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat, and I got y'all. Yeah, I might be done till, I'll see what 4 o'clock does, but I'm gonna be paying attention to GJ. But everything else, I'm probably gonna leave alone till New York session. Y'all know how I always say we don't see anything between now and 6 a.m. Just wait for 8 a.m., 9:30. Especially when it comes to the futures and indices, US30 hasn't done a damn thing. It's just been chilling. Again, it did make all-time highs last week. Well, it went back to the all-time highs last week. So again, we can see retracements take place on a lot of these charts. The last thing you want to do is crash out and do some dumb shit right before the new year starts. So we're gonna let everything else do its thing for right now. Going to re-enter GJ. If it pushes up a little bit higher, then we're gonna just let GJ do his thing. Make sure to watch the Sunday chart analysis to know what we're looking for throughout the week. But again, as far as me personally, I'm just trading today and tomorrow. But everything else we're not messing with. Those that just joined the live stream, had a good example while we wait for the retest, had another good example why we don't breakout trade. And then we hit TP1 on GJ. About to go for round 2 on GJ right here. Again, if GJ can maintain 210.75 support, we're going to be looking for buys. As far as the signal, make sure to hit that link in the description, join the advanced play signal room, GU. We're going to be looking for buys if we can break above, maintain 3,500 as support. We can look for buys going to 35.25. And then gold, as long as we maintain 44.48 as support, we're still bullish. But I want to see price break above and maintain 44.76 as support and 4,500 as support. All right, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody who's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody who's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free student, free Telegram, y'all. Again, the year is about to begin, 2026. Make sure to start it off on a good note. And like always, you want to contact me directly. You can DM me on Instagram, Telegram, or TikTok. We won't be going live today on TikTok. We should be going live tomorrow, though. But I do got a video dropping for y'all later on today on YouTube. And I got my regularly scheduled posting for y'all on Instagram and TikTok. So make sure we don't look out for that. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens, y'all. But yeah, this is usually how it is. December. I've been telling y'all this for the past few months, especially like October, November. This is how it is. The last 2 weeks of December are always like this. It was like this last year. It was like this in 2023, 2022. That's just how it is, right? You can't control holidays. You can't control news events. So you can't control volume. That's why it's important to understand what's taking place and to stick to your rules. All right, y'all. But yeah, peace. We out.